Hey guys, welcome back. Vermetid snails. What are they? What do they want? What are they doing in my tank? We're gonna find that out today. Luckily I don't have any on my rock work as far as I can tell. I did see a couple down here on my trumpet coral, but they seem to all be dead and done for. I don't know if you can see them on the base there, but there's a couple on either side. But I'm not worried about them. Today we're gonna scoop that trocus snail out of the tank and scrape a big one off his shell. There might even be a couple, but the plan is to get them off of there and out of the tank before they start to reproduce and become a real issue. All right, let's get down in there and get them. He is on there. Wow. This might be easier said than done, guys. Let's get my thumb on him there and try to coax him into his shell a bit. There, we're winning. There we go. All right. He looks fine. Okay, here's the culprit right here. So these snails, unlike other snails, don't move around your tank. They're gonna build a little cocoon, and that is gonna be cemented to whatever they choose to cement to. And I'm definitely gonna have to put the phone down or prop it up against something while I try to dig this off. These shells are incredibly hard. You won't be able to break it with your fingernail. I'm pushing pretty hard there, so I'm gonna prop the phone up and scrape it off with my knife and be as gentle as I can, because like I said, I like this snail. He's been with me since we started this tank, so he's been doing a good job. Okay guys, so I'm gonna do my best to show you how tough this can be and why we want to avoid getting these in your rock work. Oh, of course I make it look easy, don't I? You can hear how tough these shells really are. I think I got them for the most part, but we're gonna make sure. You can see them right in there. My finger's probably in the way. Just make sure we open up every little tube in there. This won't be hurting my snail, as far as I know. I don't know if you can see that or not. Kind of left a cavity on the side of them. But I think that's the only one to worry about. So I'm just having another look. There's actually a weird red colored one as well. You can kind of see the hole there. So I'm gonna go ahead and scrape that off as well. Okay guys, squeaky clean. Ready to go back into the tank and munch on some algae for me. Let's get him back in his home. Here we have it. I should explain also why vermetid snails, or vermetid snails, however you want to pronounce it, are a problem in the tank. And that is because in order for them to get their food, they're going to shoot a little mucus web out of that tube. It's going to be suspended in the water column 2 to 3 inches. And the idea is that it's going to grab onto food particles floating around in the water. But where it becomes an issue is when those mucus webs are close to our corals, like our nice hammer coral in the back there, or whatever Mr. Trocus snail decides to cruise by. That mucus trail is going to get caught up in the polyps of the coral and make them angry. And 1 or 2 vermetid snails aren't going to be an issue, but if you allow them to stay in the tank and reproduce, that's where you run into troubles. Because as you can see from removing them off of the snail there, it's not easy. So if you have a small tank like I've got with, if you want to call it modular rocks, you can take them out and scrape them off. It's not a huge deal, but if you've got a larger tank with a big scape, one that you can't take apart very easily, then obviously it becomes an issue. Other treatment options are bumblebee snails. I've heard that you can add a couple of them to your tank and they'll hunt the vermetids down. Trouble there is if you run out of vermetid snails for them to eat, they might start chasing after your other little critters like these guys here, or any other snails you might have in your tank. So manual removal is the best option. If you can't reach, I guess if you can reach but you can't pull out the rock, one other option you've got is to super glue over the hole of the vermetid snail, and that essentially suffocates them and controls the issue for you. But if you can, best to take it out, scrape it off, and go about your business. Work took me away from home for a couple weeks, so I came back to a bit of a mess. My wife did the best she could taking care of the tank, but obviously we're gonna have some parameter swings, and the filter socks didn't get changed as much as they should have. So definitely came back to some cyano and some other brown algae in there. But we're starting to get back on track. Everybody's looking pretty happy. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys.